What does it mean to represent Chief Agri? In this video, we break down why dealers choose to represent Chief and their brands.
For Chief Industries, it's super important. It's part of our tagline of the Trusted, Tested, True is to build those trusted relationships and to have that foundation with our dealers and our partners that we have internally and externally. So Austin, for you, what was it that drew you to start working with or explore the Chief brand?
Yeah, well, I guess I could tell you a little bit how I got started. I started putting bins up right out of high school back in 2009. The guy I worked for, we built all kinds of brands, I guess. Once we started going, some things don't line up. This year we're doing this, short of this. So that's what really got me leading towards Chief. When stuff was there, if you needed something, like I said, it's local, it's right there. You're not bringing it in from another state, or you're not bringing it in from wherever. I would say, that convenience and that, I guess, people will talk to you and understand where you're coming from. They don't, it's not an excuse thing. It's a, you figure it out. They understand that things are going to go wrong. You're going to be short or stuff like that. So I guess it's just the convenience of being right here local. A lot of people like to stay local and want to shop local, and this is about as local as you're going to get.
Absolutely. And so you talk about there's challenges. There's always challenges with any construction project, regardless if it's an at-home do-it-yourself project or if it is a big commercial project as well. There's always those challenges. So can you speak to potentially a challenge that you've had out in the field?
I guess so. We've been on projects. You're unloading, loading. The material gets moved around a lot. We've had times where we have as simple as not enough nuts or bolts, or a dented roof vent that you couldn't quite get straightened out. So with those, when they're messed up, it's simpler. It's really easy to make one phone call and, oh yeah, we got a dozen of them here. Hey, come grab one.
And a lot of those items, we try to run ahead. It makes sense to sometimes produce more than you need to have it on the shelf. It takes time to load material and unload material. So if you have it loaded, you might as well run some of it. So we try to do our best to keep extra bins. We've got some wall sheets. They're punched and ready to go. We just have to roll them to the right radius. So we can usually turn things around like that in a pretty timely manner.
And so for the district managers, I know they're kind of the first point of contact. What is the kind of the philosophy or how you want your district managers to react to situations like that? What does your team do?
A lot of times, if Brent being the district manager for Austin, if he reaches out to Brent, and Brent might be traveling, but we have a great inside support staff as well with Thane Myers inside, being the point of contact inside, and Thane can hustle things through, and he knows the system. He can shuffle it to the head of the line and get it out the back door before anybody really knows there was an issue at all, and get it to the customer's hands pretty quick.
And I know it's so important for Chief to always get feedback from our customers. So what type of investment does Chief make in just building that relationship when you are thinking about getting feedback from Austin or different dealers? Like, what does that look like in order to get feedback so that we can become better on our end?
Well, a lot of times, Austin's going to hear what I hear from Austin. He might be relaying it from his customer. I don't know the farmer that he's working for personally. That's Austin's relationship. My relationship's with Austin. So if he's getting feedback from the farmer of, I like the Chief bin because it's shiny, or I watched you guys erect this bin and it seems like it went up really well, did it? Or hey, this bin didn't go up like it should have. Why not? So we count on that feedback a lot from our dealers, because we want to do better as well.
And Austin, if somebody asked you what it was like to represent the Chief product or brand, what would you tell them?
Oh, I guess like family, I guess. Everybody's like, every time I call in, they're always willing to help. It doesn't matter who it is, whether I'm talking to a sales Thane or somebody inside or Shad or an engineer for something we have going on, or asking a question on how something's supposed to go together. Just any of that. It's just a friendly atmosphere that they're willing to help you and don't make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, because it's easy to do that sometimes.
And I know your relationship transcends just the walls of the workplace. And, you mentioned his wife and the relationship you have. What are some things that you guys do in order to continue to build those relationships outside of just talking about projects?
Well, Austin's got his son here, and I'm trying to make a relationship with his son, and he's 6, 7 years old. And I'm like, well, what do you like to do? You like to fish, you like to hunt, and, get the kids talking, and, having a young family. I've obviously got an older family now, but I remember what it's like to have kids that age, and just the family atmosphere of spending time together. We didn't have a football, so Austin's son and I were throwing a cow around over in the grain bin right before this.
So hearing success stories like Austin's is so inspirational for us here at Chief, but how do you feel like seeing them succeed helps to shape the way Chief is growing?
Well, I personally think, it's a great attribute to Chief and to Austin. We want to be there to help our dealers grow. I mean, to me, it's my job to make sure our dealers are successful. And like I said, feedback, making sure they have the products they need. We've made a lot of investment in people. We've made a lot of investment in equipment. We're in this definitely for the long haul. And the industry's not been the most stable over the last 12 months. And we've done everything we can to support everybody that's out there trying to get the work done.
Austin, is there a particular project that you've done or someone you've worked with that you're super proud of how it turned out?
Yeah, we did a project, I guess it would be just east of here that we put it was 2 75,000 bushel bins. That one turned out awesome. We had some hiccups during that. We got a hold of Chief. They had engineers out there, employees out there within the next 2 days to go through what we had an issue with. We got it fixed, and now we're pricing the same gentleman another bin to add onto his line. So that one kind of sticks out to me that he's seen it firsthand that we had a hiccup, and he's still trusting us to come back in and do another. So
and seen firsthand that we stood behind it and took care of everything and made sure that it was as seamless as possible to make the decision easier to come back to Chief.
Responded to it, made sure that at the end of the day, it was exactly what the customer needed and wanted.
It definitely showed that everybody was standing behind their work and nobody was trying to make excuses, because there was no excuses. That's what it was, and we got it fixed. So it was good to see everybody come together and stand behind that job.
I feel like you can feel the same type of values because you're a family company. We're a family company. And so I really feel like it is that mentality of everybody jumps in to figure out how we're going to make this right. It's not, pointing fingers or that was somebody else's. It is, no, this is Chief. This is who we are. And we're all going to work together. So I think that helps to align us with people like yourself, Austin, of just that family value, down to earth. We're going to make sure that whatever we're doing is right. And so we continue to have that trusted, long-lasting relationship. So that's an awesome project. I know it's right here. We love getting pictures of those projects as well. They're so fun, especially when it's green out. They're beautiful. It looks very cool. So I'm sure we'll be highlighting some of those on our social media channels as well. But thank you so much for the conversation. It's so exciting to hear about the projects, about the growth opportunities, and just really how we're able to support dealers like you, Austin, as you continue to look for success in your future as well.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Austin. Yep. All right, we got the heavy hitter here with Spotanski Construction, Aiden Spotanski. So Aiden, do you get to go to work with your dad some days in the summertime when you don't have school?
Yes.
What do you get to do? What do you get to do with dad all day?
Nothing.
Nothing. And does that pay well?
No.
Moving into the future, it doesn't. So what do you like to do? What's something that's fun to do when dad gets off work? What do you like to go do during the day?
Play.
Play? What do you like to play?
Farming.
Play farming? You like make him play catch? Like we were throwing the cow over in the grain bin. Do you make him throw the football around and stuff like that?
Yes.
So I know there's something else we were talking earlier. You like to go fishing? And what's your favorite fish to catch?
Catfish.
Catfish. Attaboy. Attaboy. When you're out on a job, who's better at pushing bolts, you or dad?
Dad.
Is he? Do you think he's had a lot more practice than you?
Yes.
Do you hope to get as good as him someday?
Kind of.
Kind of? Okay. So one of these days when you get a little bit bigger, you're going to be the boss and keep dad out in the field doing the work? You and mom can kind of hang out in the office and make sure dad's working, getting everything done? Does that sound good?
Yes.
I'm sure it does.